So are you one of those guys that's been, down this road for years and years and it's just all the clutter and all the components are starting to drive you crazy? Well, I was starting to get that way, right? And I had to think to myself, okay, I really care about finances and if I can turn these audio equipment pieces into an actual investment by selling them and getting all my money back, not even losing a dime. I know other people don't care about that, but I do. So if you're one of those guys that's, seriously considering downsizing, I'm just going to recommend the ultimate component that I've ever come across, like real integration, okay, that covers all your digital needs, all your analog needs. And it's the E1X. It's the Canto E1X, which is the entry level from their top of the line equipment, right? Goes from 11,800 for the entry level, which is what I got. Then it jumps up to the Black EX, which is, I think it's $21,000. And then right up to $40,000. So these are fully integrated systems. I don't even call them all-in-ones, because all-in-one to me just means there's going to be a compromise somewhere there. It's not going to be reference sound from all its sections, right? So believe me, guys, I had my doubt because I downsized. My space isn't that big, and I just didn't need two full systems that were approaching to buy new, probably 100,000, right? And yeah, and I'm not saying that to boast. I'm just saying it took a long time to dial in two systems at that level to both sound right and for them to tick the boxes for me, right? But it still kept the squirrel mind going. Oh, how can I improve at least one of those boxes? Like, where's the bottleneck? So it can go on and on and on and on, right? So, I've told this story before. I want to just bring it up again because I know there's people out there thinking about this, right? And they may not have a chance to get to have the Canto E1X in their room to listen. So I was lucky enough to get a dealer to send it to me because he trusted that, I had a little channel that was kind of growing. And plus I had a really, really high-end reputation on the used audio sites, like massive amounts of feedback. Audio Gone, Canuck Audio Mart. So he was able to come here, right? Because I don't buy things ever related to reviews. I don't even read them, to be honest. I know enough about the market and what's out there. And then, I'll get intrigued by a product, right? And that's what happened here. I've always been intrigued by Canto, yet I've never tried a single component from the company. And they are a boutique brand. They're a much smaller brand than people know. Like John Stonzer, the engineer and designer, who's been on the Class D path since building his single-ended triode 845 amps, they have their own careers. This is a side thing, which means they're creating products that sound good to them, that sound great to them, right? And these are music enthusiasts, full out audiophiles. Guy's a total brain. I've talked to him. Just this stuff is so cutting edge, these high-end components. If you just read about what is inside and what kind of technology is used in these components, so I just couldn't believe it because I had a really, really good Inuus Zen Mark III, and that's like $5,000, and that's just a bare bones streamer, right? I had a really good DAC at the time, and I've had really good DACs because I never buy streamers that have built-in DACs. I've always left those separate. So I had all these rules, right, about how I built systems, that you had to have purpose-built, separate components. You didn't need all those extra inputs even that you're not going to use. Like the Bryston BDA3. I owned it, but you're paying for those outputs and inputs, right? You're paying for those. Do you need 14 HDMI inputs? That's why the DAC's $4,000. For sound, it's great, but all I ever needed was USB. That's it. That's why I chose the Air QB9, because that's all it is a USB DAC, and a very good one. They are one of the first to introduce USB in DACs. Air is really expensive too, but I like it. It's good stuff. Get it on the used market, right? But yeah, so I was always a believer, and I always will be, of purpose-built components, right? Like, as far as I get when compiling two things together is an integrated amplifier. I don't want any phono stage in there. I don't want anything other than line ins, volume, and source button. That's it, you know? So I kind of went against the grade when the Bell Canto came in, because this thing, and like I say, I had a kick-ass dual rig here. Analog, really beautiful blue circle phono stage, really high-end digital front end. So when that came in, I had my doubts, but I heard a lot about it, and I heard this turntable, the Pure Fidelity, was actually used at the show with this internal phono stage, at the show with the Pure Fidelity. And even John, the designer, was a little bit, oh man, is this the way I should be showing the table? So I kind of wrote off the phono stage section, which does do low output moving coil. You can set the loading and the gain right from the chair with the remote. But I used the DAC streamer, and was absolutely blown away, guys. It's a completely analog presentation. I missed nothing letting the beautiful Inuus go, which is a serious piece of equipment. That's the one I recommend to anybody. I've had more expensive ones, it doesn't matter. That was the one that hit me where I needed it to. But I tried that. So basically you got your amplifier, preamp, streamer, DAC. There's what I was trying, right? And I was blown away by that. Effortless power, very refined top end and mid range, just enough detail, and very good at low volume. Just very full, it had the weight. Everything at low volume sounds amazing. And when you press the volume, start going up in the volume, it remains composed, right? The music remains composed. It doesn't get away on you. Of course, related to room. But I wasn't even going to test the phono stage. I was just going to bring the Bell Canto in and then send it back to the guy, right? But man, when I plugged that thing in and unplugged the blue circle, it's just a rule I have now. If something new comes in, I don't sell what I already have until the neurons have calmed down from that high of a new purchase, right? So guys, when it came in, I started throwing on my vinyl. From the first couple of notes, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how much weight was there. I couldn't believe how quiet it was, even with the .27 Ortophone A90 cartridge. It was all there, everything that I really have always wanted from a phono stage, right? So, as I say, I've been living with it for a few months here, and it's down there. It's down there, simple, sleek little component. She's lit up right now, just so you can see it. Sleek little thing, it's not heavy, but man, it got powerful technology, guys. I tell you, it's worth every frickin' penny, even at retail, for what it provides. This is a little refresher. I've talked about it before, but I know some of you may be in that boat. I'm backing the product 100%. If that's, you don't even need to listen to it, in my opinion. The match with the open baffles, like if someone was to get the Kaladins and match it up with this frickin' Bell Canto E1X, they'd be done for life. I swear to you, man. It's a great feeling to be done. I got people coming on criticizing, saying, you're beaking off like you've arrived. Well, I have arrived. So, be happy for me, be happy. So that's basically what the video's about. Just not, all-in-ones that are on the market, a fully integrated system that was designed from the ground up to do that at reference level. Even the headphone section is superb. It drove the Mii's headphones effortlessly. Sounded amazing. So these products exist, okay? That's all I'm saying. So it's NFL Saturday. Enjoy it. They're very meaningful games. Take care.